My Backstory, A Brief History of My Life. Part 11, AJ Ferreira. In April of 2023, I made the decision to quit vaping, and even though I kept smoking tobacco, I am proud of the willpower that I had in order to do that. I began losing the pleasure of vaping and saw more of the physical effects. Since then, I have continued to reduce the amount of tobacco I consume on a daily basis, and now, in 2026, am smoking less than the equivalent of one Black and Mild a day. The willpower to quit smoking vapes and tobacco stemmed from both a loss of satisfaction and a wanting to better my health, as well as the fact that I am less and less attracted to the idea of putting chemicals and tobacco smoke in my lungs. It becomes easier over time, but it has been a very difficult journey to stop smoking tobacco specifically, more difficult than any other substance that has come and gone in my life. Towards the end of 2023, I began dating Angie. I realized that I wanted a successful future, and that I wanted to try to make this relationship work for the long haul. I began working as a security guard, thinking that it would turn into a lifelong career, which it did not. I got very sick with bronchitis and pneumonia, and was forced to resign from my position on night shift in March of 2024. It was very difficult being as sick as I was, and especially because, having worked night shift for roughly 6 months, my circadian rhythm was thrown way off. I spent about a month resting and healing, and deciding what I was going to do for income going forward. I began asking myself what I wanted to do, and I began searching for ways to work more so for myself, and not for a company or restaurant as I had previously. In April of 2024, I began making my own work schedule with DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Instacart, and I even began selling some of my belongings. In May of 2024, a childhood friend of mine, Andrew, passed away in a car accident. I had grown up with Andrew and had been in school and in scouting with him. This loss came suddenly, and it affected me in a way that I did not understand at the time. Instead of feeling the sadness that I normally felt during a loss, I felt anger. Pure, raw anger. I was angry because of Andrew's death, and angry at how many friends I had lost. I was so overwhelmed that my grief stemmed arguments with my family members. I ended up leaving home and putting all of my things into a storage unit. Caught up by grief and intense emotions, I proceeded into the summer of 2024. The rest of my story going forward from 2024 is outlined in the other writings that I have within the Men's Mental Health Awareness Social Experiments, Project 2024-2025. AJ Ferreira.